stitches hold their lie. Scarf tied across my throat, hair whipping in my eye. The stick is fighting back now. The horizon tilts and tears. The clouds are reaching upward with fingers made of fear. The engines cough to silence. The sky begins to spin. I feel the floor drop out. I feel the ceiling give in. Feel the impact. I only feel the I am drifting in the nothing. I am caught between the frames. I am just a variable without a name. I open my eyes, or think that I do. The ceiling is white, cold fluorescent blue. My arms will not answer. My legs lie like stone. I try to sit up, but the body's not my own. Pressure above me, a weight on the air. Something is moving, but nothing is there. The buzzing is closer. The tearing is wet. They think I'm still sleeping, finished yet. Don't detach the nerve, I can still feel the cold. Don't detach the nerve, I'm not ready to fold. Don't detach the nerve, the skull is too tight. Don't detach the nerve, I'm still in the fight. The saw starts its singing, the bone gives a sigh. I feel myself lifting away from the sky. I'm peeling from inside, I'm floating above. The table is ready for what they think of. Burning in lungs that aren't mine. Mud, caking hands too large to scar. I try to scream, a roar tears out, deep and broken. This throat is not my own. These are my fingers, very thick, scarred by war. This chest is flat, this voice is wrong. Get me out of this meat, this isn't my war. Is closing in. The war is not my own. I fall into the mud and wait to be unmade. closing on every side. The suit is too heavy. The light is too wide. The ocean is a heavy sky. The stars are floating by. Jellyfish like searchlights, drifting where planes die. I see the wing tear open up here in the deep. The cockpit fills with water. The pilot is asleep. The bends are in my blood now. The thoughts are coming slow. The crash is all around me, but I'm the one below. The ocean is a heavy sky. The stars are floating by. The ocean is a heavy sky, and I'm learning how to fly. The ocean is a heavy sky. The pressure makes me whole. The ocean is a heavy sky, and it's swallowing my soul. The torch is getting colder. The dark is getting near. The plane is falling upward into the atmosphere. I reach for the surface, but the surface is the floor. The ocean is a heavy sky, forever, evermore. hands to command, no weight in the air. The dark is complete, no up and no down, no edges to find, no silence of sound. I try to sit up, sitting is gone. I try to breathe in, but breathing is wrong. The body is missing, the crash never came. The fall was a doorway into no name. I reach for the lever, but I am just soap. I reach for the lever, but there is no hope. I reach for the lever, in the dark I float. I reach for the lever, but I have no throat. No lungs and no heartbeat, no skin and no bone. I drift in the nothing, perfectly alone. The simulation's ended, the harvest is done. I'm stored in the silence, forever begun. Vision returns, the dark pulls away, rows upon rows of glass in array. The cylinders gleam, each one a name, each one a harvest, perfectly framed. I see my reflection in thousands
what I am. The pattern complete. The prime specimen stored in infinite repeat. Altitude 30,000. The gauges hold their line. Scarf tied across